it is the holiday, and I think I've been a bit negligent with getting these videos done, and it's too bad too, because you know, it's been really beautiful out here and such. So I'm just gonna go over what we have going on here. Some of the stuff is dying off. We've harvested a lot of stuff. Yeah, so let's just take a look. What I've got over here when we come down here. Come on, Hayes. Okay, this is kind of funny. I don't have time to be outside right now. Like, it's just like in little bits, right? Because I'm canning like a fiend. I'm a canning fiend right now. So everything is going into preserving for the winter, of course. So this is what I called our sacrificial garden. It sounds funny, but I thought if we had stuff here, then the rabbits and the squirrels, they could just free for all. Just go ahead. We're just kind of giving it back. And so I just put whatever plants were dying in here, basically. And I thought, if it goes, great, then they'll have something to munch on and they'll be happy. But if it doesn't go, yeah, I don't care. So it grew, and it looks like I've put some pumpkins in here. You can see that. These look like I'm pretty sure they're pumpkins. And this is what, you know, for reference, this is what tomatoes look like when you don't trellis them. So yeah, it's a thing. And the kale. So I might go in and grab the kale here. Actually, the kale is quite beautiful. So this is the sacrificial garden, and this is where we're at. I think we're gonna get a lot off of that, actually. Okay, so hey Hayes, come here, buddy. I need your help. You gotta help me. All right. So over here was the corn. I'm already speaking in past tense, right? We did harvest a lot of this corn. You see how it's turning color? And I don't know how many were here. Maybe 100. Maybe 100 corn we got going here. We did harvest a lot. I've used it in a lot of different things. I've froze it. I wanted to can it, but I couldn't. So I might have to go count on another local farmer to grab some corn to actually can, and I'll have to use pressure canning for that, not the regular water bath canning. So I should actually be showing you what I'm doing. I just had my stepdaughter here, and we canned this morning that I'm gonna actually finish up. But it's just nothing like opening up your jar, and it's just like a little bit of summer. It's wonderful. Okay, so yes, I do have weeds, and I'm learning to live with them. However, trying to figure out how to like avoid them, which is gonna be a constant struggle. Got a lot of my cucumbers here that were on this trellis, and with these cucumbers I put into a relish, which has been wonderful, cucumber relish, and you know, eat them as they're coming out and everything. And I did some actual cucumbers. My lettuce, my goodness, lettuce has gone to seed, which is fine, because then I have seed, then I know where it's come from, and that's good. I still have a bunch of kale here, and never actually seen kale go to seed, so we'll see what happens with that. I have too much kale, so next year I know not to do that. Got a lot of my brassicas. Now this was kind of interesting. This here, can you see it? This was cauliflower, and it's gonna go to seed, so I'm gonna keep those seeds. This is broccoli. As you can we see the broccoli? Okay, nice selfie with the broccoli. So I need to cut that off and use that in tonight's dinner. But here's the neat thing. It's almost like a broccolini, right? So, and that's when they're like small and slender, but nice and sweet, right? So that's kind of like the neat thing when you grow it yourself. You can like judge when to harvest it, right? So there are a lot of leaves here that I will dehydrate and maybe freeze. But this stalk here, this stalk is something else. I am going to cut that up and blanch it and freeze it. And I'm gonna put it in pretty much everything I make. So there is a lot here. And in behind me, what do I have? So I don't even have to move other than fall. here is some Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts are growing well. I have, gosh, I don't know, about 50 Brussels sprouts. And the goal is I just want a really nice Thanksgiving with Brussels sprouts, and then I'll freeze them. And Andrew really likes them in a soup. It's kind of like meatballs without the meat, right? You get a nice Brussels sprout in the soup. The other thing I need to do is save these seeds for these marigolds. Now this was just a gorgeous marigold plant that really grew. And the great thing about the marigolds, oh, they do smell really nice. The great thing about the marigolds is that they repel a lot of pests that come into the garden. They feel all nice and waxy, like they have a really cool feel to them. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna save these seeds. So they come from the main part here. You can see this. Can I do this right? These are the actual seeds. So what I need to do is pull these out and dry them, and then mark down what color they are, because I have a lot of different colors. These are amazing. It's amazing that you can just, there's so many seeds here. So I probably need to go on Etsy, and there's just not enough time, but I love it. It's great. This gives me really good aspirations for when I retire, I guess. So here we've got some lovely peppers. I am hoping you can see these. So I've used some of these peppers already. Goodness, well, here we go. This one's just gonna be a little more smaller. So here are all my peppers, and here are my hot peppers over here on this side. Now, these ones are kind of cool. They're growing up kind of neat. They're going straight up. I've got more hot peppers, jalapenos, habaneros, chili peppers, button peppers. It's pretty cool. Here is the wonderful thing of our tomatoes. Okay, behind me, straight behind me, see that? That's 200 feet on either side of tomatoes that have been growing, and we have been harvesting and canning and dehydrating and just everything that we can possibly do with them. Andrew already came through today and got a bunch of them. Oh, here's an Amish paste that he missed, but I'm gonna let that get a little more red, which is fine. So what else do we have here? Amish paste, Romas, all the good stuff, beefsteak, German green. When we put all these together and put them in a sauce, the layers of flavors are amazing, right? So here's some more tomatoes behind me. It's kind of a cool shot. Anyway, yeah, more tomatoes, a lot of the cherry. The cherry are so sweet. Thank goodness for Andrew. Andrew is infrastructure, right? So he did a bunch of these onions, and we have a few more rows of onions to do. And there should have been like 800 onions, but they didn't get as big as I wanted them to get. So if I plant them again, if I plant them at the size they're now and put them for next year, they're gonna get even bigger, right? But listen, I'm probably gonna use them. I can't lie. What do we have down here? Okay, so in the greenhouse, which I do need to clean. Oh, look at that. Got a pear. I'm not even trying. And we have a volunteer tomato plant here. And actually on the other side, we've got a whole bunch of garlic drying. So that's kind of nice. Right, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to walk. Pears are ready. I gotta do something with these pears. All right. Okay, this is kind of cool. I'm gonna just put these down because we have a bit more ground to cover here. Can anyone guess what this is? This is a loofah sponge. They do not come from the sea, although I think there are some sponges that, of course, come from the sea, but this is a loofah sponge. And after it dries, they're those things that, you know, you can wash with, or you can do dishes with, or whatever. So I have quite a few of them growing on this trellis, which is pretty cool. And I did have all this trellised, but I mean, sometimes things just grow really big and cave in a little bit and don't really follow the plans that you make, which is fine. There's some spaghetti squash, and honestly, I don't really like spaghetti squash that well, even though it's just, I don't know. I just maybe have not found the right recipe. But pumpkins, I've got some pie pumpkins, so I will can some pie pumpkins. And here's what I really want. Butternut squash. Love the butternut squash. I will do everything I can with that butternut squash. Waiting for those to get nice and look up there. Isn't that amazing? I just love it, even though it's like completely caved in. It's all good. All right, leeks. Gotta do something with these leeks. Any ideas? Let me know. What do I have in here? Hey, my sunflowers, birds have been having them, which is great. That's really what they're for. More sunflowers. This one grew kind of funny, but I'm happy. Oh, there's a bee. Happy to see that the bees have been feasting on it and that the birds have been feasting on it. Helps to feed them. All right, what do we have here? Zucchini, and I've made zucchini relish, zucchini salsa, all kinds of stuff. Okay, what's over here? Really okay. Cherry tomatoes. We got some heirloom tomatoes that we got from my sister-in-law, Lori. And I'm telling you, look at this. I'll pull it off and show you. Heirloom tomatoes. Look at that. Look at that crimping and the color. The color, like, that is really hard to duplicate, that beautiful, beautiful color. So that's gonna taste really good on a sandwich, I'm pretty sure. And then there's all these beans that are drying. Let's take a look. Black beans to a vegan. That is like a really good source. Hold on, I'll put you right there. There you go. Probably not a great angle, but I'll be able to show you these. Black beans, love it. Hey buddy, come follow me, come on. Okay, and more zucchini. I think Andrew went and got a bunch of these today. So we used some of these up for Taylor's zucchini salsa. Zucchini salsa. Delicious, which we used a bunch of our chilies with, which were amazing. So things are really growing well. Things are harvesting very well here. We're very happy. See, I love it when I see something like this. Okay, how do I do this? Butternut squash. Hopefully you saw that. There. If you didn't see it, there it is. I want as many of those as I can get my hands on. Okay, so what is the purpose of this video? I don't know, show you around, see what we've got here, show you what we've been doing. I don't know why I have to keep busy all the time. And sometimes it's like super busy, but you know what? It's really enjoyable. We were just walking in the orchard here, and I did plant some wolfberries in here, but it's the first year, they're not ready. But let's take a look. These plums, I think I showed you before, the plums were starting, but they weren't quite, where we wanted them to be. They are definitely amazing right now. So I'm thinking plum sauce, right? Plum sauce is really good. I think there's some grape. Yeah, the grapes are in here. I need to do something with my grapes. It's constant. I'm constantly doing everything like intuitively. It's like, okay, we'll do this. Okay, we'll do that. Look at these. I'm gonna stand behind the tree. They're at a beautiful stage right now, and I'm not on holidays until next week. So I won't be able to do anything with them until next week. Okay, more tomatoes. So Andrew has trellised these. You can see, actually, they're mostly Roma. And this was the, let's get them in the ground because we don't want to lose them, tomatoes. So there's a little bit more that could be harvested. And then we've got some cherry tomatoes. Hey, buddy. Which look really good. And it looks like Andrew got to some of the potatoes over here, which is great. All right. We'll go over to the other side. So here we are at the hops, and honestly, Andrew and I planted 24 hop plants when we drank beer. We drink wine now. I mean, I can appreciate a good beer, but we've kind of changed how we do things. These are almost ready. These beautiful, beautiful hops. They're Cascade hops, and I don't want them to go to waste. Honestly, we have 24 plants of them. We have so many. So what I actually need to do is to reach out to some local breweries or brew your own, and probably, you know, bag them up and freeze them and offer them to those places, because there are just so many. As you can see, that's only like half of them. The other half is the other way. So yeah, I mean, I love them. I mean, I could put them in some kind of a sleep pillow or sleep pouch with some lavender, because they do have some really great properties for sleep. So yeah, gotta love the hops. I mean, they smell so good, and they're nice and papery. So they're approaching, they're almost ready to go. So basically, if you have any extra time, if you could just throw it my way, I would really love that, because I don't have the time, although I have the passion. I will tell you that. Okay, and here we are at the herb garden, which I also don't have a lot of time for. I love, and I grab it when I'm doing the canning and everything, but there's only so much of it, only so much time, I mean, and there's the time right there. So I actually need to grab this thyme and dry it, and for some of it I'm going to put in some vodka and doing it with the ones with the flowers on it. It's going to make a nice cough syrup, basically. So here's the Russian sage and lots of sage. So I'll be doing some, I actually think I'm doing some stuffing spices, because sage will lend itself to that really, really well. My chamomile is done, but there's still a lot of parsley and basil and rosemary and summer savory. Oh, something new this year. Lemongrass. I thought that would be wonderful. We like a lot of things that involve lemongrass, so we did that, and some lemon balm. So the theme of the year was lemon, which works for me. Anyway, just wanting to give you an update. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any suggestions, let me know. If you want to come over and help me, let me know. All right, you take care of yourselves. Until next time.